Good evening, I'm Jess Dowdrick. Thank you for joining us tonight. Jacqueline Matter has the night off. New at 11, a man suspected of shooting 2 people in Sarasota is behind bars tonight. The U.S. Marshals Florida Regional Fugitive Task Force arrested Linval Cahoon in Bradenton. He was wanted by the Sarasota Police Department in connection to a double shooting that happened on Friday. Cahoon will be charged with 2 counts of attempted murder and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. The city of Holmes Beach has taken steps to make its community safer. The city has added safety signs at all of the S-curves following a deadly accident. ABC 7's Rick Adams has more from Holmes Beach.
Well, a fatal accident in this area recently involving a pedestrian got the city of Holmes Beach to take action. Pedestrian safety signs like the one back there can now be seen throughout this island community. 14 signs with flashing lights can now be spotted warning drivers at the S-curves throughout the city. Ray Hoffman visits Holmes Beach from Wisconsin 3 months out of the year. The condo that he is staying in sits right next to one of the pedestrian safety signs.
It's a good idea. It slows people down.
These signs were put up on the heels of an accident where a vehicle hit 2 pedestrians in the 5600 block of Gulf Drive near one of the S-curves. One of those pedestrians, a 79-year-old woman, was killed in the accident.
We still want the pedestrians to use the proper walkways, the proper crosswalks. We don't want them crossing the street on the curve, but we know that we're not going to be able to stop that. We can just try and educate them and educate the driving public that they might encounter a pedestrian in the curve.
There are also plans to upgrade the city's many crosswalks, adding a feature where a pedestrian can press a button to illuminate flashing lights before they cross the street. There is now a push for both drivers and pedestrians to be extra careful when enjoying the island.
The signs are up there for the drivers, but I think the pedestrians have to be very cautious as well.
And an update to the crosswalks is expected to happen in the near future. It will be talked about at an upcoming commission meeting. Reporting from Holmes Beach, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
A Manatee County Schools bus driver is fired 9 months after he was convicted for soliciting prostitution. 50-year-old Jerome Heaven was arrested in an undercover operation conducted by the Bradenton Police Department in July 2017. Heaven was convicted by a jury in February and sentenced to probation and community service. Today, Heaven had his termination hearing in front of the school board, something school board members say he has a right to. Legal counsel Mitch Teitelbaum asking the board to terminate Heaven, the board voting unanimously to do so.
I'm the father of 13 children, and I have 37 grandchildren. I'm around children all the time. Are they around me? I got kids still in school, grandchildren in school. And you talking about don't be around kids? That's crazy, to tell you the truth.
Since Heaven was arrested, the district says he has not been around students. Instead, he's been working at the district support center. A follow-up now on an officer-involved shooting that happened early this morning. 2 Sarasota police officers and 2 men sustained minor injuries. One of the officers fired his handgun at the car that sped towards him. The driver, Jeremy Trebles Jr., was a member of the Venice High School state champion football team. He was arrested in January on cocaine charges. He's still being treated in the hospital and will be charged with aggravated assault. Sarasota Police Chief Bernadette DePino applauded the officers for making split-second decisions and added that even with the recent incidents, there is no animosity between the community and police. The recent violence has especially hit hard with Sarasota's community response team.
We're tired of the violence, all the gunshots and all the shooting. So we just want to help our young people before somebody really gets hurt. And this gun violence needs to end.
Sarasota police are still investigating the incident. Northport police are looking for the people responsible for an increase of BB gun crimes. People who live around the Tropicare and Ponce de Leon Boulevard neighborhoods should check their surveillance cameras for suspicious activity. There have been several reports of damaged cars in that area. John Allen Lee is preparing for sentencing after a jury found him guilty of murder in Sarasota County. Lee convicted of the 2011 murders of his ex-girlfriend Tracy Nabergall and neighbor Jason Salter. His first trial ended in a mistrial, and even though he was found guilty of murder in that second trial, a judge later threw that conviction out. Lee faces the death penalty or life in prison without parole. Sarasota County's election supervisor says he's in need of paid workers for 2 elections later this year. Ron Turner says he needs dozens of workers to help operate the county's 99 precincts for primary and general election nights. He says it's a good chance to see an election from the grassroots level. There are long days, though, 6 a.m. to about 8 p.m.
Many people think that it's a volunteer position, but it's actually paid under Florida law. The positions range depending on the position. There's clerk, there's an assistant clerk position, an inspector position, a poll deputy positions, but those range from $150 payment to $260 depending on the position and level of responsibility.
You must be registered to vote in Sarasota County to work an election. Turner is trying the staff for these precincts for the primary on August 28th and the general election on November 6th. If you're interested, you'll need to go through a training session. The details are on our website, mysuncoast.com. Here now, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert forecast. Bob.
Thanks, Jess. It's been a wild ride this afternoon, and now we have more storms developing this evening in the Gulf of Mexico with a little piece of energy. Still, that front has not made its way through, so expect showers to really start to move in, already doing so near Anna Maria Island, and some bigger storms offshore, too, which have been generating some lightning. Now, we're not going to see anything like we saw earlier today in Manatee County, but there will be a few brief showers, moderate to heavy rainfall at time, already starting to move into Anna Maria. And then these storms is where the energy is located, so that still has a ways to go. So 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you could hear some rumble of thunder. In fact, these cells right here reaching up to about 30,000 feet, so they are high enough to generate some lightning. Not quite there, but almost. And the rainfall totals were impressive in Manatee County. The western portion thereof over 4 inches at Holmes Beach, and we'll have more totals coming up in a little bit, but over an inch at Northport, and Inglewood also saw some fair share of showers and storms. So this is the futurecast showing another line of showers and storms moving through. Now this one depicts a little bit further northward, but I think that may be a little off. I think it will be over our particular area and from Hillsborough and Pinellas County southward. By 9 o'clock, it will be out of here. In fact, by sunrise, most areas will be dry. You can still see some energy out here associated with this upper level push, and it's pushing off to the east. Well, the whole line is sagging to the south right now. So once we get through this after 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, as far as the showers and storms go, we'll start to see less activity throughout the sunrise, and then it looks like most areas will stay dry, will be dry by 9 o'clock. So here's the forecast. 7 a.m., most areas seeing clouds only, just a few lingering showers around over South Sarasota County. By noon, partly cloudy skies, and then in the afternoon, it looks to be really quite nice. Temperatures a bit cooler, less humidity around, lots of sunshine in the forecast for your day on Wednesday. Dew point temperatures tell the story. The cold front still just to the north of Orlando, but that's going to slide through, and we're going to start to see more of those dew points into the upper 50s to low 60s. That's that drier air, which will settle in over our area. Well, much more in our forecast and some interesting photos of all the cloud formations as well as rainfall totals coming up in a few minutes. Jess?
All right, looking forward to it, Bob. Thank you. Caught on camera, some frightening moments for people trapped inside a New Jersey dance studio. You can see the children screaming for help as bystanders rush to get ladders to help them. The kids had no choice but to fall or jump from the balcony to escape the flames. Firefighters broke a window to the second floor to rescue 2 girls, the last in the building. 5 people were taken to the hospital with minor injuries, but everyone survived. Also caught on camera, a cruise ship crashing against a dock in Honduras. Watch as the cruise ship speeds toward the dock at the higher than normal rate of speed, according to authorities. Now, luckily, there were no victims. An update now on a story we told you about earlier today. Police in South Florida say the 4 men involved in an attack after a gay rights event have turned themselves in. Less than a day after their images were released to the public, the 4 men were caught on camera attacking a gay couple at the Miami Beach Gay Parade on Sunday. The victims say the hate crime was completely unprovoked.
He was attacked as well. The 4 subjects fled the area in a calm demeanor, just walking away.
The gay couple wasn't the only victims. According to police, a Good Samaritan saw the men being attacked and tried to help. That man was also then attacked. New developments in a story we told you about yesterday. St. Pete police say they've caught the man they're calling the Man Bun Creeper. They say the man in this surveillance video is Brian Hasselhoff, who's accused of taking video of women's skirts at a Publix in St. Petersburg. Thanks to help from the public, they were also able to identify one of the victims seen in the video. Florida State troopers have released new information on a murder-suicide that happened last night off an interstate rest area. According to the Florida Highway Patrol, a 46-year-old man shot and killed his ex-girlfriend before killing himself. He also shot the woman's 18-year-old daughter, who was inside the car. According to officials, they were on their way to Melbourne from Texas to visit the woman's sister. Next week, the Florida Constitution Revision Commission will consider a dozen ballot proposals for the November general election. Among them is a proposal saying victims of crime and their families deserve more of a voice in the criminal justice system. It would create a Crime Victims Bill of Rights in the state constitution, ensuring victims of crimes have the same rights and protections in the court system as those who are accused and convicted. Some rights would include being notified of major developments in a criminal case, any change in an offender's release status, the right to be heard in court, and the right to restitution. Florida is one of just 15 states currently without constitutional level protections for crime victims.
The bottom line is that these folks, the victims, did not choose to be in the criminal justice process. They were thrust into it, or the loved ones of a victim are thrust into it because of the crime done to their loved one who's no longer with them. So yes, it is appropriate for them to have a voice.
If passed next week, the proposed amendment would require approval by at least 60% of voters during the 2018 general election this November. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the first alert weather forecast. Plus, lawmakers grill Facebook CEO will have the highlights of Zuckerberg's first day in court and will debunk some popular scams during tax season.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC 7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC 7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC 7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Fun for the whole family. The 26th Annual Venice Sharks Tooth Festival, benefiting special athletes of Sarasota County. Fossil vendors, arts and crafts, food, children's games, and live entertainment with headliners the Gator Creek Band on Friday night, Rockin' Rogues, Maiden Cane, Glass Onion, Kettle of Fish, Paisley Craze, and the Boogeymen. Admission $4, children 12 and under free. Parking is free. The annual Venice Sharks Tooth Festival, April 13th, 14th, and 15th at the Venice Airport Festival Grounds.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Our accolades are great. Just wait until you see our prices. Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us now for your first alert weather. Bob, it seems like everything, all the rain has cleared up for the night. Is that true?
Well, we have showers redeveloping now in the Gulf of Mexico. As expected, the system is not done with us yet, but the heavy rain that we saw earlier today, it was pretty amazing in western Manatee County, closing some roads. And we had the tower cam show that line of intense storms move in. This is actually from Van Wezel webcam, not the Cortez Bridge, which was also just like that, though. The rain eventually ended fairly quickly here at around 3 o'clock. Get a look at these photos. I think they're doing really well on our mysuncoast.com page right now, and I've posted a link on my Facebook page to check out all the different photos that were sent in. I couldn't get them all today, but that one was from Richard Deere, who was out on a boat as that line of storms came through. This one, pretty impressive. Craig getting this from the Venice Jetties, and that is a shelf cloud, and this is a very wild shot from Turtle Beach. Jarsky sending that one in. Again, that's the gust front out ahead of it. And this one came from Miami, where they had a couple of tornadoes just north there in Fort Lauderdale. This one from Marlene, who was visiting, sent this into pics at mysuncoast.com. That looks like an alien spaceship trying to land. Well, get a look at some of these rainfall totals. Holmes Beach, the winner with 4.23 inches of rainfall. Anna Maria, pretty close at 3.45. That's at Bimini Bay. Northwest Braden, over 2.5 inches. Lesser amounts in Venice and Parrish, 3.13 inches there. Port Charlotte, just over an inch of rainfall. Northport, nearly 1.5 inches. So quite a bit of rain. We needed it. We got it. And we're going to get more, too, it looks like, down the road. So some scattered showers through about 3 a.m. We could even hear some thunder, too. I think that will be a real definite possibility. Clearing on Wednesday, though. Looks to be a lot more sunnier and more storms for Sunday. That could be a first alert weather day, by the way, on Sunday. Pretty confident that that will happen, because we're going to look for some bigger storms on Sunday and some much cooler air moving in on Monday and Tuesday. I mentioned those storms redeveloping now with that energy out in the Gulf of Mexico. Storm Tracker even indicating that this one right here may have some small hail, but I think that may be evaporating before it reaches the ground there, or at least the surface of the Gulf of Mexico. You can see that one cell now making its way toward Anna Maria Island. The rainfall estimates were pretty impressive all across the area. Everyone got some lesser amount at Osprey at just 0.4 of an inch there. Nearly an inch, just over 1.5 inches, just south of Venice, but at Venice, 1.5 inches of rain. Northport, an inch, 4.3 estimate. Right there at Anna Maria Island. I mentioned the storms are still out there. They're still developing. They're still rolling on shore with that energy and that frontal boundary, which will move through and cool us out and dry us out a little bit on Wednesday. Dew point temperatures are already starting to drop into the 50s in Jacksonville and Tallahassee, 63 now in Pensacola. And as far as current temps go, low 70s right now. The Gulf water temperature at 78 degrees. As far as the current conditions go, we have some clouds and 72 degrees at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. There are some showers already starting to roll in across parts of the Suncoast. Winds are light out of the southwest. The high today was 81. 67 was your low this morning. Well, the airport got some rain too, over an inch reported there. We're still below average, over 3 inches. Now we'll clear out for tomorrow, and then we'll see that easterly wind come back into play as early as Thursday, and that will warm us back up into the low 80s on Thursday, mid 80s on Friday. Tomorrow's highs will be into the upper 70s. A couple of snowstorms starting to develop out west. Some snow showers earlier today over New York and also into Pennsylvania. There's that winter storm that will possibly dump up to a foot of snow over portions of Minnesota and into South Dakota. For boaters tomorrow, a little rough going out there. Seas 2 to 4 feet with a moderate chop, and winds will be out of the north at 15 knots. Now here's the extended forecast. Sunshine by midday tomorrow, upper 70s, low 80s on Thursday. A lot of sunshine on Friday as well. Even into Saturday looks to be pretty good. The best day of the weekend will be Saturday as that front rolls in on Sunday. Windy weather, showers, and thunderstorms. Some heavy rain possible on into Sunday night. But then we clear out and turn much cooler for Monday. 73 for your high and 58 for a low on Tuesday. Jess?
All right, thank you, Bob. In consumer news, not only is it tax season, it's tax scam season. Does this sound familiar?
There are 4 serious allegations pressed on your name at this moment.
A robotic voice claiming to be the IRS, but it's a scam. Another scheme? Thieves file a fraudulent return with your information, and the refund goes into your bank account.
Now, a lot of people are falling for it because these people know how much the refund was and that it was erroneous and it was not proper. This is that they did not deserve this refund. So they're believing these people.
No, the IRS will never demand immediate payment. threaten to call police or immigration or ask for unusual payments like gift cards or wire transfers, typically the IRS will send a notice in the mail. Late this evening, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg wrapped up 5 hours of testimony on Capitol Hill. The head of the largest social networking site in the world apologized for failing to protect millions of users' privacy. ABC's Kenneth Motion has the latest from Capitol Hill.
Mark Zuckerberg's marathon grilling on Capitol Hill, the Facebook CEO entering a packed hearing room. The 33-year-old billionaire started with an apology after a massive data scandal.
We didn't take a broad enough view of our responsibility, and that was a big mistake. And it was my mistake, and I'm sorry.
More than 24 senators lined up for questions, many not satisfied.
After more than a decade of promises to do better, how is today's apology different?
To start a company in your dorm room and then grow it to be at the scale that we're at now without making some mistakes.
Cambridge Analytica, the political consulting firm hired by the 2016 Trump campaign, allegedly able to harvest the personal information of 87 million Facebook users without their knowledge.
Were these people, the 87 million people, users, concentrated in certain states? Are you able to figure out where they're from?
I do not have that information with me,
but
we can follow up with your office.
Zuckerberg also admitted his company was slow to respond to Russian interference in the election and revealed Facebook officials have been interviewed by special counsel Robert Mueller.
This is an arms race. I mean, they're going to keep on getting better at this, and we need to invest in keeping on getting better at this too.
This was only the first round for Zuckerberg. He's back at it Wednesday morning. His testimony could decide whether the social media industry sees some serious regulations from Washington. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
Sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Tonight, hats off to a brand new Kimmel.
That's right.
It's the always glowing Eva Longoria.
I am pregnant!
Plus, the ultra hilarious Sebastian Maniscalco.
You got it.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, new tonight on ABC.
We all love our kids and want what's best for them. You have the power to help your kids learn to succeed in life every day. When you promote a love for learning at home, children build the skills they need to be ready for school. You can be their everyday hero. It's easy. Just text Everyday Hero to 77453 for simple learning tips.
When money's tight and emergencies arise, CashNetUSA.com is available 24/7 to deliver quick loans for approved customers when they need it the most.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
Set your course for a waterfront lifestyle on Florida's last private island. Discover one particular harbor by Margaritaville. Nearby sugar sand beaches are as easy to find as the warm Florida sunshine. Waterfront residences from the high 400s overlook beautiful Anna Maria Sound. And a new marina with direct access to the Gulf of Mexico. Plus, incredible savings on move-in-ready homes. Come tour designer models today. Visit ophmintousa.com now.
20 years ago, the moviegoers of Sarasota looked up at the silver screen and wanted something more. And they got exactly what they wanted. 20 years of some of the best independent films from around the world. The most iconic Hollywood stars walking the red carpet. The most glamorous parties in Southwest Florida. 20 years building up to the most exciting announcement in, well, 20 years at the Sarasota Film Festival, April 13th to the 22nd.
As a financial expert, I tell people if you want to be successful with your credit, Credit Sesame is the best place to start. Hi, I'm Lynette Calfani-Cox, the Money Coach. Maybe you want to buy a car, a home, or just remove some financial stress. Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score. Then they'll show you what's impacting your score and suggest a strategy to better manage it. Credit Sesame even recommends lending options that can save you money. Best part? It's 100% free. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Now, sports.
Fresh off snapping an 8-game losing streak, the Rays could make it back-to-back wins for the first time on the young season by beating the White Sox. A nice start for Tampa's Ian Snell, who tossed 6 innings of one-hit ball. Snell struck out 10. He allowed just 1 run. The Sox would make it interesting in the 9th when Josh Abreu hits a 3-run homer to center to make it a 1-run game, but the Rays would hold on to win 6-5. And with the NBA playoffs just around the corner, Cleveland Cavaliers forward Tristan Thompson may find himself answering more questions than his superstar teammate LeBron James. According to numerous reports, Thompson is seen on video and in pictures apparently kissing a woman in a New York City club last weekend. One problem? Thompson's girlfriend Khloe Kardashian is expecting a baby any day now. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
The La Musica International Chamber Music Festival, the annual celebration of a distinctive cultural gem in Sarasota, with renowned musicians from around the world. April 9th through April 18th at the Sarasota Opera House. Visit lamusicafestival.org, click on Festival, open tickets, and get your seats now.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
The Mark, Sarasota. Landmark living in the center of it all. A private oasis in the sky. Luxurious private amenities. Promenade shopping and dining. The best of downtown downstairs. Now under construction and priced from the mid-700s. This is life right where you want it. Call or visit our Discovery Sales Gallery today. The Mark Sarasota, presented by the Culture Group.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station. The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Sarasota County Schools honoring their volunteers and business partners tonight in Venice. Each school in the district nominating a child, adult, and senior volunteer of the year. The district then choosing overall winners in each category. 11,000 people volunteer in Sarasota County Schools this year. ABC 7's Scott Dennis once again served as MC of tonight's program.
He volunteers his time too, and he's always out there in the community helping out and doing a great thing there.
That's why he wasn't here tonight. That's where
right.
he was.
That's where he's taking care of business. As far as rain goes, showers already starting to move in, Jess. We see some of that activity a little more intense north of Hillsboro, but we can expect some rumble of thunder maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and look for moderate rain to heavy rain at times, but nothing like we saw earlier.
All right, so the rain is not over yet.
But tomorrow morning after sunrise it will be.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Have a good evening.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
We all love our kids and want what's best for them. You have the power to help your kids learn to succeed in life every day. When you promote a love for learning at home, children build the skills they need to be ready for school. You can be their everyday hero. It's easy. Just text Everyday Hero to 77453 for simple learning tips.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
My California Closets designer is a rock star. She was able to design the most beautiful space for me. When I turn the lights on, it's breathtaking. La! It's just a little slice of organized heaven. The California Closet team was so professional, so reliable. It was seriously a dream come true. My name is Jill, and this is my California Closet story.
The Wild Broadway series brings you Funny Girl. Fanny Brice dreams of being famous and through sheer guts and determination becomes a star of the Ziegfeld Follies. Playing March 28th through April 15th, it's the songs and story that generations have grown to love. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. Don't rain on my parade. Come see Funny Girl.
CashNet USA is trusted by over 2 million customers.
Perfect. When I lean back, I trust that you will be there to catch me.
Okay, bad idea, bad idea.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Later school start times lead to more sleep and better moods in teenage girls. Details in Health Smart.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.